Bitcoin, Gold 2.0, or as some may call it, the magic internet money. In this video, you will learn where this magic money came from, its underlying technology, and how it works. Make sure you stick to the end where we have a special segment prepared to walk you through your first Bitcoin purchase. And spoiler alert, it's extremely simple. Are you excited? All right, let's begin. To fully understand something, it's only right to trace its origin, right? So where did Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies come from? Well, even though Bitcoin was the first cryptocurrency to be invented, the term cryptocurrency was coined way back, a full decade before Bitcoin came to life. In fact, in the 90s, there were several unsuccessful attempts to create a virtual currency. And of course, when you look back now, these failed attempts were not in vain, far from it. In their own ways, they ignited this new digital age of money. So there is a ring of mystery around how Bitcoin came to life. On the 31st of October in 2008, someone going by the pseudonym of Satoshi Nakamoto sent an academic paper to a cryptography mailing list proposing a form of digital cash called Bitcoin. Satoshi, whose identity remains unknown, proposed a cash system that's fully peer-to-peer with no third party. So what was so special about Satoshi's proposal? Well, among other things, he had a major breakthrough, that is, providing a way to ensure that users trust one another and the network without relying on gatekeepers. And this is thanks to Bitcoin's underlying technology called the blockchain. So a blockchain is a ledger where transactions are recorded and signed, but we'll talk more on that later. So now that you have an idea of how Bitcoin came to be, let's now get to the most interesting bit. What is Bitcoin really and how does it work? Well, if you ask anyone what Bitcoin is, there's a 90% chance that they will use the word cryptocurrency or crypto in their definition, and they're spot on, since Bitcoin is a type of cryptocurrency. And a cryptocurrency is simply a digital version of money that can be exchanged online between two parties. But that's not all. Cryptocurrency's strongest selling point is that they are decentralized. Basically, transactions are verified and records maintained by a decentralized system rather than a centralized authority. So, no involvement of a government, central bank, or just people controlling the system. So you might say, okay, that's great, but without the bank or the authorities, how is the security and integrity of the system assured? Well, that is where the blockchain technology comes in. So the big question now is, what is blockchain and how does it link to Bitcoin? Well, blockchain technology is at the center of Bitcoin's success as a digital currency, as it solved the problems faced by previous attempts at creating virtual currencies. So in simple terms, a blockchain is a system of recording information in a way that makes it difficult or impossible to change, hack, or cheat the system. Okay, so let's get a little technical and bring some understanding to the previous statement. So a much more detailed definition would term it as a digital ledger of transactions that is duplicated and distributed across the entire network of computer systems on the blockchain. Now, this peer-to-peer distribution is to ensure decentralization so that no one is in control. Now, from its name, blockchain figuratively implies that there is a chain present, a chain of blocks to be specific, right? So these blocks contain a number of transactions, and every time a new transaction occurs on the blockchain, a record of that transaction is added to every participant's ledger. Now, a great analogy for this is a Google Doc. If we share a Google Doc with everyone watching this video right now, all of you will have access to the doc at the same time. Therefore, when one person makes a change in the doc, the modification takes effect in real time and everyone sees it. Now, we can clearly see two important aspects of the blockchain in our Google Doc analogy. First is that, just like the blockchain, it is transparent. Everyone can see what is going on in the blockchain, or in the document in our case. And secondly is that there is an aspect of decentralization, since everyone has equal access to the document. So now we have Bitcoin in our left hand and blockchain in our right. How do these two interact? Well, to get a clear picture, we will look at how transactions get into the blockchain. There are several key steps a transaction must go through before it is added to the blockchain. So let's take a practical example. Say we want to send some Bitcoin to one of our viewers. Now, the first step of this transaction would be authentication. This is where we are identified as the owners of the Bitcoin we are trying to access. This is made possible through cryptographic keys, which act like passwords that will give us access to our account. This cryptographic key is the private key that is only known to the Bitcoin's owner. And on the other hand, we also have a public key, like a wallet address that is visible to everyone. Now, the key acts as our address that others will use to send us Bitcoin. So let's move on to the second step, which is authorization. Say we decided to send 1 Bitcoin. We input the public key of our recipient and confirm the transaction. Now, remember when we said a block is just a record of transactions? Well, our transaction will need to be authorized first before it is added to a block in the chain. For a public blockchain like Bitcoin's, the decision to add a transaction to the chain is made by consensus. So this means that the majority of nodes or computers in the network must agree that the transaction is valid. But why would these people choose to verify anyone's transaction? Well, for starters, it's not free. These people who own the computers in the network are incentivized to verify transactions through rewards, and this process is called proof of work, which will be the third step of our transaction. Proof of work requires the owners of the computers to solve complex mathematical problems. Solving these problems is what is known as mining, and miners are usually rewarded for their work in cryptocurrency, or in this case, Bitcoin. That being said, the mining process is not at all easy. It requires tremendous computing power, and even then the probability of solving the problem is about 1 in 6 million tries. So once our transaction is verified and recorded in the blockchain, our Bitcoin finally gets to the recipient. So how safe is our Bitcoin on the blockchain? Well, let's say a hacker wanted to alter Bitcoin's blockchain. He would need to hack not one, but more than half of the participating computers. And this is what is known as the 51% attack. This is almost impossible to achieve, and so Bitcoin has never been successfully hacked. So are you impressed with this technology and want to be a part of it? Well, let's move on and see how you can buy Bitcoin. Now, there are many ways of buying Bitcoin, but the simplest methods are often through centralized exchanges like Binance. This is mainly due to their user friendliness, especially for beginners, making it the best place to start before trying out other platforms and methods. So here's a walkthrough on how to buy Bitcoin on a platform like Binance. First, you will have to create an account, and this will require you to provide your identification details. You'll have to first add your card to the platform and input the amount of Bitcoin you want to purchase and confirm. Now, this is just one of the many ways you can buy Bitcoin, and in case buying with your card is not available in your country, you can try P2P trading, which connects you directly to the users selling their crypto, hence giving you more flexibility on how you can pay, including options to pay via your local currency. Now, don't worry, there are tons of easy to follow tutorials on Binance's channel. And to check out more exchanges where you can buy Bitcoin from, have a look at our page on CoinGecko. The crypto market tends to be extremely volatile. Therefore, as you buy your first crypto, keep in mind that it is not a get-rich-quick scheme. Therefore, before making any investment decision, ensure that you always do your research first. Now, we'd love to know what you think about Bitcoin, so make sure you leave a comment and remember to like, subscribe, and follow us on all our socials for future alpha. All right, see ya.